Hey y'all, it's Gary, Fitch Preacher Farm. Glad y'all stopped by today. Raining outside, been raining for a couple days now. So we're kind of stuck inside, we can't do anything much outside. So we're gonna do a little cooking, imagine that. It's Cast Iron Wednesday tomorrow. We're gonna I'll spit it out in a minute. We're gonna cook up a cast iron meal tonight. Got some turnip greens that I got. A man from church gave me some fresh turnip greens. We got those washed. We're gonna cook those up in our cast iron Dutch oven. But the preacher's day off just left a while ago, and he left me the preacher's portion of something that he killed this weekend. I will almost beg you to go to the preacher's day off YouTube channel and look at the massive buck deer that he shot and killed with a muzzleloader this past weekend. That thing is massive. He just left here and he left me what he calls the preacher's portion, and he gave me a back strap, and we're going to fry that up as well. So hey, let's get after it. Well, we got our turnip greens, got them all washed and everything. I'm going to cut these down a little bit, and before we throw them in the pot, got a little bacon. We're going to put the bacon in there, and you'll need some brown sugar. We use this stuff right here, as I've told you before, because Mama can't eat sugar. This is brown sugar blend. Need a little brown sugar, salt, pepper, some red pepper, and that's about it. And we'll cook them. So we're going to get after it here and get them going. All right, we got the old Martin number 8 out, my favorite Dutch oven, and we're going to start rendering down here about a ½ pound of bacon, and we're going to let that get about halfway cooked. We'll get that about halfway cooked, and then we'll take the bacon out, leave the grease, and we'll drop our greens in there, and then we'll start seasoning it up. This is real easy, real simple to make. I used to go to church with a farmer here that they grew greens for a local canning company here, and they would leave us, I'd ask him, you ain't turnip greens? And of course they did mustard greens, collard greens, all that kind of stuff, and I like greens. And they'd actually leave us a row. Kind of reminded me of the Bible times when they'd leave a portion, a row for the poor. And of course, think about Ruth. Gleaning in the fields, and I often think about that. But let's render this bacon down, and then we'll put our greens in there. All right, we got our bacon about cooked. Not real interested in that bacon, but we're interested in that juice at the bottom. That bacon grease is what makes these turnip greens. So let me get this bacon out of here, and we'll throw the greens in there. Alright, we got our fire just a little bit hot. We're going to turn it out for just a little bit and let it cool down, but we're going to get them greens in there and get this road on the show. I don't think the preacher dried his greens off very good, did he? From the sound of it. Alright. To that, we're going to add us a little bit of brown sugar. And I already showed you that trivia that we use. We don't want a whole lot. We don't want sweet greens, but that gives us a little richness to it. We want some of that. We'll put some garlic powder in there. Garlic powder, not garlic salt. About like so. And again, these are measurements that you just choose yourself to cook the way you want to. Red pepper flakes. We like a little bit, not much. But I'm going to show you the kicker now. This is something that I found out that we've been using in a lot of recipes. This is that chicken bouillon that I was talking about. Better than bouillon. And it's a paste. Golly, that lid was on there. The wife must put that on there, but you can see it's a paste. That looks like baby poop, don't it? That brings back some memories. But we're just going to put about that much in there. And what I found with this stuff is it gives a richness to any dish that you want to put it in. Gives it a real rich flavor. Alright, we got all them in there. Now we're going to put our bacon back in there. We're going to turn this down on low. And we're going to put the lid on it. And we're not going to touch it for a little bit. We'll be back to check it in a minute. Hey, look at here, y'all. What do you think about that? Now, there's not a whole bunch of turnip greens in there. I'm watching Preacher's Day Off. I was watching him put up his deer stand, in which he killed the deer out of that we're fixing to eat. But there's not a lot of... I knew these greens wasn't going to make very much, but hey, I'll bet you they'll be good. We'll look at them when we get done. Well, we got our greens cooking. I want you to know the old preacher, he hooked me up. Backstrap, 12 point, 1020, ready to go. We're going to do something a little different with this today. We're going to use something different for our coating. Let me get you set up here and we'll do that. Alright, we got her opened up. We want our medallions just about that thick right there. But we don't like a lot of breading on our stuff around here, so instead of using flour, we're going to use this. And you say, what is that? Well, it's this right here. It's potato starch, and you have to watch it because it browns quicker, but the coating is real thin and it's real crispy, and I really like that. And we're going to do a chicken recipe probably in the next week or two, and we're going to use this on some fried chicken, and it's really good. So let me get this cut up and get it breaded, and I'll get it in the skillet and we'll get going. Okay, we got our old number 10 out. We're going to add a little olive oil to that. Now, when you use this potato starch, you don't use egg, you don't use milk, you don't use anything. Old Emerald Lagasse used to say that flour didn't come seasoned, so that potato starch, I added to that potato starch garlic powder, salt, and pepper. So that way we got a little flavor in there. I think I'm gonna have to level my stove up. All my grease is running to the back. Huh. Mama must have done something to the stove. Had been her. Alright, we're gonna let that heat up just a little bit. And then we'll get our deer in there. Let's see if we can cook some deer. This was just a little piece on the end. When you use this potato starch, you really got to watch yourself. 'Cause it'll brown on you in a hurry. Might need a little bit more olive oil.
Gee, Olive.
But y'all didn't know I could do a Popeye imitation, did you? Our greens are cooking away. I made a mess on the stove again. Imagine that. I think it's in my DNA. Can't help myself. We got way too much deer meat for me and Mama. We're going to be eating on this for a couple days. That's okay. Alright, I'll bring you back when I get flipped over. How's that look? Not bad, huh? I'm going to move the camera. I'm getting a lot of splatter, so I'll show you one plated up. Well, there it is. Deer tenderloin from the preacher, field peas, and fresh turnip greens. All made in my cast iron stuff. Dutch oven, number 10 skillet. That's my cast iron Wednesday. I'm not going to talk to y'all very long because, well, you know why. Because it's time to eat. And there was a couple things that I liked in school, and lunch was one of them. If you can't tell by looking at me. That's my cast iron Wednesday for this week. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you, preacher, for the backstrap. Appreciate it. See y'all next time.